All right. Our next match on the card was Nikki Bella taking on Carmella in a no DQ match. Not a ton to say here. I really liked the feud leading up to it. Thought it was done pretty well. They stretched it out. It kept it pretty simple, but it was good and made it personal. The match was okay. I was kind of hoping they'd do a little more in it. I gave it 2 and 3/4 stars, and maybe even generous there. But I still enjoyed the feud and everything leading up to it. So and overall, I thought it was capped off very well. Nikki Bella did end up winning. She looked pretty dominant for the most part. Carmella got her shots in, but this was a good win for Nikki Bella. A lot of kendo sticks. I always joke that I don't mind the kendo sticks as a weapon. I just think it's funny that what is the purpose of having it under the ring? Like, you could see a tables, a ladder, and a chair, and other equipment and stuff. But how did a kendo stick get under there? But whatever. That's just nitpicking. And but they used that a lot. They brawled. They were kind of rolling around and being pretty rough. So, and speaking of that, one of the biggest moves that I thought was really simple. Carmella was just standing in front of the apron, and Nikki Bella just booted her right in the back, right in the shoulder blades outside the ring, and she whiplashed her, and she went right into the barricade, and it was brutal. It just kind of showed you how much stronger Nikki is than Carmella, and how much more physically imposing she is. But Nikki won. She used the fire extinguisher, like almost the whole canister, it seemed like, and sprayed her. And they did that pretty much because I think they're dying to say that Nikki Bella extinguished the feud with Carmella. So she did that, got all the smoke in her eyes and in her lungs, and then hit her with her new finisher, Bella Buster 2.0, which is okay. It's like, I actually kind of did always like that move, that when Mark Merrow and Sable used to do it, and I know other people do it. And it's a good move. I miss her rack attack, the little bomb on her neck. I know she can't do that anymore, and that's how she kind of hurt her neck anyway in the first place. So, but it was good, and so Nikki won pretty emphatically. Carmella got on the mic and at the end and said that she didn't attack Nikki, and so they're going to kind of move on with that storyline of who attacked Nikki. Did an interview with Natalya after. I don't remember exactly. She said she did it. That'd have been a little underwhelming if she just said it right there. And I don't want her to be the attacker anyway. I was actually thinking maybe Eva Marie is going to end up being it. That would get a lot, as she needs more heat, but I mean, that's going to give her heat and a way to bring her back. And the only way she could really get Nikki is sneaking attack her. So that'd be a good way to bring her back on the show. And they have the Total Diva thing. I know they're kind of friends on there or whatever, but you can just kind of incorporate that. So that's where I think they're going to go forward with that. And so moving on, the third match was the ladder match for the Intercontinental title. The Miz defending against Dolph Ziggler. Another solid match with these two, as they seem to always do. Lots of time. It was like 20 minutes or so long. Gave them a lot of time to set up everything. And the Miz ended up winning. I got that wrong. I actually thought Dolph Ziggler was going to win because I thought Ziggler needed the title a little more, and it would kind of help him going forward, because at this point, what's going to happen with Dolph Ziggler. But the match was pretty good. It wasn't like nothing too crazy in it, not too many huge spots, but they still used the ladder well. Miz worked over Ziggler's legs a lot, using the ladder in pretty creative fashion. They used it, did a figure four with his legs in there, dropped his knee on there a lot of times. So that was kind of the focal point. He's actually working on both legs eventually, and that ended up helping him out at the end. Towards the end, they kind of set up two ladders. I thought maybe you're going to do like a zigzag spot or something like that, but Ziggler was using both ladders to climb up, and Miz low-blowed him pretty hard, it looked like, twice, and then he fell off, and that's how Miz eventually won. He didn't even get any help from Maurice, which, I was surprised about, but that's good. I mean, he low-blowed him. You can't really say a clean win, but it's legal in ladder matches, so I think that's fine. So pretty good, pretty long match. And then And then once again, you know, how many times can we say it? When Miz goes on Talking Smack with Daniel Bryan, they just got this animosity towards each other. It's like so real, but it's still, you know, in character. You know how they built up each other's feud. I just love, you know, how this feud has been going. The only thing I don't love is that is it ever going to lead to a match? It just makes me want to believe that Daniel Bryan's got to come back for a match, but you know, it really doesn't seem like he's going to be wrestling there. But it's like, why do this such intense feud if they're never going to have a match? But Miz just barged in on Talking Smack like he has several other times and got in Daniel Bryan's face. They got in each other's face, and Daniel Bryan was trying to tell him that, you know, he, you know, doesn't like Miz. He still doesn't really respect him, but you know, he has stepped up his game ever since they have been feuding. And Miz was kind of yelling at him and asking, is he, you know, taking credit for that? And you know, kind of Daniel Bryan kind of is in a way for you know, kind of elevating him from these Talking Smack segments and making him step up his game and using Daniel Bryan's move. So in a way, he has motivated him to take this step up there. And so I thought that was another great segment. Go watch Talking Smack. They actually cut it off. They were still in the middle of arguing, and they just cut it off right there. Maybe they'll show the rest of it on .com or something. But that was another good thing right there. And they continued with that feud. And you know, Miz is, you know, Intercontinental Champion still, and we'll see what he's going to do moving forward.